we've all been lied to. And just because it sounds good does not mean it's real. We've been told for like 50 years that tech just goes up forever and ever and ever. Like it's just a vertical line right up to the moon, right? And we're gonna have these Mars colonies, and we're gonna be living in the Matrix, and we're gonna have all these flying cars, and it's all just really ridiculous. And it's actually ridiculous. It's wishful thinking. And in 2026, we are hitting an actual wall, a hard wall. And tonight, we're gonna be talking about the silicon ceiling, because the reality is the newness factor is completely gone. It is dying. And that's what we're gonna be diving into, because I see people online every single day, and they're always talking about this singularity, like it's some kind of magic spell that's gonna fix our lives and everything's gonna be hunky-dory. It's a mirage. It's actually a digital mirage. Because we are the first generation to see the ceiling of the entire physical world. And honestly, nobody wants to admit it, because admitting it means the entire party is over. But the party is over, and we need to talk about why it is. So go ahead and actually just look at your phone. Like seriously, look at your phone. And ask yourself this: when was the last time a phone upgrade actually changed your life? I'm gonna go ahead and guess it hasn't, because we've moved from these 500% power jumps back in the day. Remember like the jump from the phone to the flip phone to the iPhone? And now we're spending billions, actually more like trillions of dollars on research and development just for a 1% gain in camera speed or in battery power. And honestly, you could just say it's the 1% error, man. You could call it the squeeze. We're paying a premium for incrementalism, just because the easy gains are gone. It's like we're trying to squeeze the blood from a stone at this point. Research productivity is halving every 13 years now. It takes 18 times more researchers today to get the same growth that we had way back in the 1970s. I want you to think about that, because we have 18 times the brain power working on these solutions, and we're not getting anything out of it. We're not getting as much as we used to, and it's kind of ridiculous. And here's the thing about AI. Everyone's saying that AI is going to accelerate everything, but I want you to look at the data in 2026. AI initiatives are getting completely shelved and put on the shelf. I know I double used that word, because the cost of the physical cost, of running these chips is higher than the value that they're creating. We're building these massive models just to have them tell us a joke or to write something for us. I always use it for email. It's a massive waste of resources. And so what? If we can't even make a 6-inch phone significantly better year over year.
I can't find a single anomaly on this one.
They are completely identical to the prototypes.
I don't understand what the variable is supposed to be.
We aren't innovating ourselves to Mars anytime soon. It's wishful thinking. And here's why. Here's the actual physics that no CEO wants to talk about on that stage. Right now, we are building chips, right? We're building them at the 2 nanometer and 1.4 nanometer scale. A silicon atom is roughly 0.2 nanometers, and that's the floor. You can't build a switch that is smaller than an atom. You just can't. We are literally scraping the floor of the universe. It's like trying to build a house out of bricks, but the bricks are the size of your thumb. And then you have the ghost. That's what I'm calling it anyway. It's the quantum tunneling effect, right? When wires get this thin, the electrons themselves don't stay in the wires anymore. They just kind of tunnel through things. They teleport through the walls. It creates this random, uncontrollable mess that you have. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. You can't have a computer if you can't control the electrons and where they go. That's just how electricity works. It's just math at this point. And don't let them tell you that graphene or gold is gonna fix the problem. Just because it's a new material doesn't mean it changes anything, all right? It doesn't change physics. It's not about the material. It's all about the size of the actual electron itself. You can't shrink the electricity. It's ridiculous for anybody to think otherwise. So what? Your next phone won't actually be better. It's just gonna be more expensive and attempting to fight this entire battle against the size of an atom. And that is a fact. And it gets worse. It actually gets way worse. Because information is physical. People think computing is like this digital magic. Things just go into the cloud. And they think this cloud is this fluffy place in the sky. Well, guess what? It's not. It's a crappy old warehouse in Virginia full of all these spinning fans and screaming air conditioners. Calculations are physical movements of energy. And movement data requires friction. It requires heat. There's this thing that's called Landauer's, I'm probably mispronouncing this, the Landauer's principle. And it's a law, just like gravity. And you know what that law says? It says that erasing 1 bit of data releases a fixed minimum amount of heat. Period. And in 2026, we're already seeing all these AI projects getting shelved. And you know why it's happening? It's because the cooling requirements are too expensive for the power grid. We are building these AI supercomputers that require their own dedicated power plants just to keep them from melting. It's just way too hot. And at our current growth rate, that waste heat from all of our machines could theoretically make Earth too hot for life in the next 200 years. We are literally cooking our planet the more the algorithms run. And think about that for a sec, because we're all worried about CO2, but the heat from the actual computers is a wall in of itself. It's ridiculous. It's not a technical glitch. It's a thermodynamic wall. So where does this end? I'm gonna tell you that. Because by 2053, the hardware that you own it's gonna be its final version. It's not gonna get any faster. It's just gonna get more integrated into everything else. And your grandkids aren't going to be using hypercomputers. They're gonna be using the same exact speed that we have now. It's just gonna be hidden in the walls. Progress is gonna be moving from better, that vertical line we were talking about, to more of the same, which means you're gonna be moving horizontally, right? We aren't inventors anymore. We're just gonna be gardeners. We're gonna be learning to manage all the stuff that we already have because we've already reached the peak. There's no new one to chase. The age of the next big thing is dead. And honestly, that's okay because we're just gonna have to make do with what we have. That's the only frontier left. Now, if you're tired of the wishful thinking, right, and you want the actual physics of what's coming or what's not coming, then you need to be here for the next episode because in my next one, I'm gonna be talking about this energy trap idea, right? And why everything you've been told about electric planes and infinite green energy is a mathematical myth. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the conversation because the ceiling is real and it's way closer than you think.